guys, welcome back to my channel. Just Jessica here, and if you're new to the channel and just joining us, I am a homeschool mom of 3 kiddos. I have a 11, almost 12-year-old 6th grader. I have a 9-year-old 4th grader and a 4-year-old who is, I don't know, somewhere in the K3, K4 age range somewhere. Anyway, we're homeschooling. We live full-time in our RV, and I'm just getting over bronchitis, so you guys are just going to have to bear with me today. I wanted to do an update video on what we're reading right now, or what we've just finished up reading. And so I'm going to start with my daughter. Like I say, she is 11. She's in the 6th grade. She's almost 12. She'll be 12 in about a month now. So she is very excited about her 12th birthday. And she's a voracious reader, so she loves to read. She's constantly going through books all the time. The first one, I could not remember if I had reviewed this one for you guys. She read The Giver recently by Lois Lowry, and she liked it. At first, I didn't think she was going to. She was very, disturbed, I guess, by some of the things that happened in the story. But as it got going, she really got into it, and she liked it. Now, for those of you who don't know what it's about, it's kind of not really, I guess it could be considered like a sci-fi kind of, but it has some potentially dark elements to it that might be disturbing for any particularly sensitive children. So probably I wouldn't go any lower than 6th grade maybe for this one. Not that the words necessarily are difficult, but the content probably shouldn't be read by those much younger than that. So anyway, she liked The Giver. I've read it before and I liked it, so this is a good one. She likes that one, particularly if you're into sci-fi stuff. Next, she read The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. She did like it a lot. Now this one, she just kind of blazed through it, could hardly put it down, absolutely loved it, and she loved it so much that she told me I needed to read it. So I've started reading it, but I gotta say, I'm pretty sad. There's some sad stuff in the book right now. So if you, like I say, if you're sensitive, or if you have a kid that maybe just doesn't know how to handle sort of emotional abuse, this little girl is mistreated pretty bad. And I assume that it gets better because my daughter did like the book. I imagine if it didn't get better, she wouldn't have told me that she liked it so much. But she absolutely adored it. I am, maybe a quarter of the way through. I don't know. But she really liked this one too. So this is probably a good one for 6th or 7th grade and up, depending on the content. If you have a child that just can't really handle the emotional kind of heaviness of it. And then she read this Usborne book that I got her as one of her homeschool rewards. She earned this one by Catherine Woodfine, I think is how you say her name. It's The Mystery of the Clockwork Sparrow. This one started off slow, and I did not think she was going to like it. It took her forever to read this book because she kept going, just putting it down and going days without reading it. And then when she finally got back to it and got, about 2/3 of the way through the book, I guess the pace picked up and she really liked it, because then she read the last third of the book in one night. So she liked it. It was a mystery, and the main character in the book, her name is Sophie. So my daughter's name is Sophie, and she really liked that part. But she liked the book, and she liked it enough that now she wants the sequel. This is an Usborne set. I can't remember how many are in the sequel, but I know that she is wanting the sequel now, so that says that she really liked it. And now she's working on Summer of the Monkeys by Wilson Rawls. Now my son read this one. This was one of his challenging reads that he read, and he's in the 4th grade. He read this one back a couple of months ago, but he just really liked it and talked so highly of it that when it came time for her to choose her next book out of the ones that I had, or that I had given her the option to check from the library, she chose this one, I guess because her brother talked so highly of it. So she'll be reading this one as well. Okay, next let's go ahead and jump to my son, who, like I say, is in the 4th grade. He's 9 years old, and he is also a very good reader. He likes to read Not as much as he likes to play video games, but he does like to read. He earned this book for with his homeschool rewards. We had read as a family, or listened to the audiobook, I should say, as a family, The Candy Shop War, the first one. And so when it came time for him to cash in his homeschool rewards for a new book, he wanted the second one. So this one's called Arcade Catastrophe. It's by Brandon Mull, and he really liked it too. And you can see it's pretty thick for a fourth grader. This is probably one of his most challenging reads this year. But he liked it. It took him a little while, but it kept him engaged. He was constantly reading at it, a chapter or two here, a chapter or two there, and he really liked it. It's action-packed, it's fun, it's about magical candy, and there are good guys and bad guys, so he liked it a lot. And I do believe, if there's not already a third, I believe a third one is in the works. I don't know, I could be wrong about that, I'm not sure. But anyway, The Candy Shop War, Arcade Catastrophe by Brandon Mull. He really liked that one. Next, he read Lost on a Mountain in Maine, and this is by, let's see, who's it by? Donna Findler wrote it as told to Joseph B. Egan. So this is a true story, an inspiring story, and he really liked it. Now, it's not very thick, it's just a little thin book, but he truly enjoyed it, and it was a true story about this boy that's just, about my son's age. And so he just really followed it and really enjoyed it. A very good, inspiring story if you're looking for that kind of thing for your little guy. Very good book. And next, he has not started yet, but this is the next one up on his list, Escape by Night, a Civil War Adventure. And I really don't know much other than the title. I reviewed it and purchased it I purchased it secondhand several months ago, so I cannot remember really what it was about. I'm going to assume it's about the Civil War, but I can't remember really what it's about. So this is Escape by Night, a Civil War Adventure. This will be his next one up to read. Okay, and then last, that leaves our read-alouds. We did finish The Door in the Wall, and it was good. It went really great with our Middle Ages units. Showed the life of the monks and the friars and the peasants, and just kind of how the feudal system works, how castles are, built and reinforced to keep intruders out. But just a really good book, and very encouraging and heartwarming, and just inspiring, I guess, because this little guy, he just cannot be stopped. There he is right there. He just cannot be stopped. So he's like a little hero in his own right, and it's just a really good story. So it's just a good one to read. We also read Was Joan of Arc when it came to the section about Joan of Arc that we were studying in our Middle Ages unit. It's just, I think we read this in 2 sittings. Great little book, but just loaded with information. So we read those, and then we just finished up last week this one, Bud Not Buddy, by Christopher Paul Curtis. A really good story. It touched on some heavy topics like foster care and abuse and that kind of thing, and also because it was written back in the most serious kind of racial divide of our country. It was written in that time period, so there are some just references to racial tensions, I guess. Nothing really inappropriate. We really liked it. It was funny, it was sad, it made us laugh, it made us cry, but we really liked it. So Bud Not Buddy, that it's a good family read. We enjoyed it, and it opened up the opportunity, gave us the opportunity to talk about a lot of issues that probably otherwise wouldn't have necessarily come up. So we were able to discuss some topics as a family. I guess that does it for what we read in the month of February. We did read several Usborne books that went along with the Middle Ages, and we also read some Usborne books that are going with our science unit right now. We are working through The Human Body by The Good and the Beautiful, and we are loving it. It's so fun, so hands-on, and we're reading some different just human body books that go along with that. But other than that, this is all of the literature that we read in the month of February. So thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more homeschool videos. And I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.